Right now in Chris 6 Sunrise, a man is facing charges following a fight that turned deadly. We're learning about the incident on Bloomington.
Plus, as water concerns continue across the coastal bend, the city of Ingleside is looking for additional resources. The project city officials are now looking at.
And students taking the STAR test getting higher scores. What a new report is suggesting is causing this progress. Good Thursday morning, everyone. You are waking up with the Hoffmans. I'm Brian Hoffman.
And I'm Michelle Hoffman. Happy Baby Friday. Let's check in with meteorologist Stephen Jones to see how our forecasts and the roads are looking this morning. Good morning.
Morning.
Well, good Thursday morning, you guys. You know, we're getting there. We're still on the rinse and repeat forecast just a little bit as we're heading out there. Plenty of heat and humidity today. Partly cloudy skies with maybe 1 or 2 stray showers. But that's going to change as we head through the next few days. Those rain chances are really ramping up as we start to head into the weekend, and especially as we're kicking off next week. But you could see a good amount of cloud cover, at least that low level cloud cover as we start off our day so far. That's helping to keep those temperatures in the 70s and 80s as we're waking up for our Thursday morning. 79 degrees the temperature here in town, as well as Kingsville, with the cool spot being Hebronville off to the southwest coming in at 78 degrees, but a little warmer as you work your way along the coast. Port Aransas and Rockport both reading that 83 degree mark so far. As we're going through the rest of our Thursday, going to see that sunshine come back out even more as we head into the afternoon, chasing 90 degrees or so for our daytime high there at the International Airport with winds out of the southeast. That's around 15 miles an hour as we're heading into the afternoon, but going to be gusting upwards of 20 miles an hour, so a breeze that you'll probably notice for that commute back home. For the daytime highs, chasing the low to mid 90s as you work your way inland. Of course, similar to the past for the rest of the week, really, that we've been seeing those 80s along the coast, but feeling more like those mid to upper 90s when you account for the humidity. So not a bad day to bring the extra water bottle along, but let's get you ready for your Thursday morning. As you're getting ready to hit those roadways, not so much of a traffic slowdown on the traffic flow map, just plenty of my favorite colors showing up on the board so far. If you're hitting the Harbor Bridge to and from Portland, looking at that good and green color flow, and for our Robstown, Cal Allen commuters, that's going to be more of the same along 37 and 44 if you're going to be hitting those roadways. Here in town for our major thoroughfares, looking at Ocean Drive, SPID, and Saratoga, no issues to report. Even Crosstown Expressway coming in the clear so far, which means one more detour inland. Good morning to neighbors up there in Beeville. So far, so good across the entire area. So a good and green morning for us all across the coastal bend so far, but those rain chances are ramping up like I talked about. We'll talk about how much we might see. That's coming up in our full 7-day forecast.
Stephen, thank you so much. A man is facing charges this morning after a deadly fight on Corpus Christi's west side.
Police say 41-year-old Manuel Anthony Rodriguez is charged after a story about the fight kept changing. Investigators say a man with head injuries was unresponsive. They later took him to a hospital where he did pass away. Police also say Rodriguez told other people he killed the man.
So we're nearly 2 weeks into hurricane season, and a sandbag distribution event will take place Saturday morning. The Public Works Department is giving away free pre-filled sandbags this weekend. Pickup starts at 8 over at the Cabanis Athletic Complex. Each vehicle can get up to 8 bags, but you must stay in your car and have a clear trunk or truck bed for loading. Another giveaway is set for June 27th.
As water supply concerns continue across the coastal bend, the city of Ingleside is looking ahead. I'm Stephanie Molina in Ingleside, where leaders are considering a reverse osmosis system as an additional water source. Ingleside relies on water delivered through the San Patricio Municipal Water District, a regional system supplied by Corpus Christi. One option now being considered by Ingleside city leaders is a reverse osmosis plant that would draw water from the Jasper Aquifer. City Council has authorized the city manager to begin negotiations with Seven Seas Water Group for the project. Lewis says the company operates similar facilities like in Alice and has the equipment and experience needed to maintain the system.
We want to make sure we take care of the needs of our citizens first, and the sizing of the plant that we're looking at will help alleviate the shortage.
Texas high school students are showing improvement on their state exams. New test results show gains in every subject from algebra to United States history. Biology scores rebounded to pre-pandemic levels. Math scores improved, but are still behind pre-pandemic levels. This is credited to the recent ban on cell phones in classrooms. Starting in the 2027 school year, students will no longer take the English 2 exam.
So basic needs like food, shelter costs, they've all gone up, right, in the last month alone. Finance experts say that this causes more expenses on credit cards, which can create more household debt. They add this can really become a problem when too much of it is from auto loans, student loans, and again, credit cards.
The problem is a lot of people end up paying 25%, 30%, 35% interest on their credit card payments.
So if you are wanting a credit card with minimal concerns, as always, you should get one with a 0% APR, so you're not paying any interest.
A team of robot nurses are now working at a hospital in Odessa. There are 3 different service robots. They transport medications and supplies throughout the day. They're equipped with badges to get in and out of locked areas. The help massively reduces the steps taken by busy nurses, but there's been a lot of chatter about how these AI-powered robots are slimming the job market.
Everybody's like, oh, they're going to take your jobs. They're not. They're a tool to make us better at our jobs so that we can spend more time with the patients.
The robots feature LED lights that shine when they interact with patients and staff. Developers with Diligent Robotics says the hard eyes has a competitive impact. So following the flight path of thousands of aviators.
That's right. After the break, how one lieutenant is making sure the next generation is prepared.
I'm Jada Strayer. For more than 80 years, Naval Air Station Corpus Christi has been where America turns its best and brightest into aviators. 35,000 aviators were trained in the coastal bend during World War II alone. But since then, tens of thousands more have followed in the same flight path.
Today, a new generation of aviators is taking over, carrying on that unbroken chain of service. Among them is Lieutenant Junior Grade Brock Lugo.
Brock is a 4th-generation military officer, but he's also come from a family of pilots. My dad flew for 56 years, and it's just super special.
When I was in college, I didn't know exactly what I wanted to do. I always knew I wanted to do something along these lines, and then it kind of hit me that that's something that I see every day. It excites me, and down the rabbit hole I went.
But perhaps Lugo was always destined for this moment, and his family has the proof.
It's a photo that was taken by his 2nd grade teacher on career day when he asked each of the children what they wanted to be when they grew up. So he's actually wearing a little flight suit, and she made a name tag for him that said Lieutenant Brock. And that's a picture that I've saved, not knowing that he would even choose this career, but this is a photo that I've saved his whole life, just waiting for the right moment to use it, and certainly this is it.
Lugo worked hard through 3 years of training for this moment, but he had no idea just how much it would all pay off.
Commodore's list of distinction is the top 5%. You finished in the top 5%, the last 200 students to come through here. You really did well. Congratulations.
Thanks, sir.
I mean, I didn't know he was that smart. And, you know, he really worked extremely hard for this.
I've been in the Navy for 25 years, and I'm looking towards my retirement. I need people like Brock to come and take my place. So I am immensely honored that he came through my squadron, that he's going to replace me and other aviators in the future.
Got some big shoes to fill, I think.
And one day, Lugo could be the one handing wings of gold to the next generation.
Do you feel like you are a part of something bigger?
Yes, absolutely. The source of inspiration is everybody that's came before us, and it feels good knowing that we're going to carry the torch and then pass it on to those who are up next.
As we approach the nation's 250th birthday, the Wings of Gold tradition that's been celebrated in Corpus Christi for more than 80 years continues to soar. Reporting for Chris 6 News, I'm Jada Strayer.
Jada, thank you so much. And as you may know, we will have various stories celebrating America leading up to our nation's 250th celebration.
You can check out our website for that. All you have to do is go to christv.com/America250. There you're going to find all the different stories highlighting our nation. And on the evening of July 4th, we're going to have a 1-hour program for our America 250 special right here on Chris 6. That starts at 6 o'clock.
Well, hey there and happy Thursday. Coastal Bend, taking a look at our almanac data from our Wednesday. We shaped up to 91 degrees over by the International Airport. That's right where we should be for this time of year, shy of the record high 99 we set back in 1948. But when you account for the humidity in the atmosphere, felt closer to that 99 degree mark yesterday. In terms of the rainfall, did pick up 0.02 of an inch at the airport, but still have fallen below 2 inches in terms of a surplus for the year. Likely to see that number increase though as we're heading through the rest of the 7-day forecast. But for our Thursday morning, here's a view from our Sunset Island cam courtesy of Matthews CCAC. 82 degrees here on the water and winds out of the south-southeast about 10 miles an hour. Looking closer at some of those temperatures with our Chris 6 neighborhood weather network, starting off on the south side, also reading plenty of those 80s. 82 degrees from Pebble Beach Drive through Wind Willow Drive, both Garden Court and Taylor's Way Court reading about 81 so far, and then Graham Road over in Flower Bluff, 79 degrees, 83 degrees from our other reporting stations so far in Flower Bluff. For Bishop and Kingsville, both reading about 80 degrees there in Kingsville, 79 in Bishop right now, and as we were closer to Lake Corpus Christi, also fairly similar, 80 at Farm to Market, 796, County Road 364 coming in at that 78 degree mark. Now for our dog walking forecast, of course sponsored by Lion of Utah Animal Services. Today we've got Buddy Marsh as our dog of the day, and we're going to be on the warm up as we're heading out there, going towards about 86 degrees by 10 a.m., 88 by the time we're heading out for that lunchtime hour, and winds out of the southeast this morning closer to 10 miles an hour, pushing closer to 15 miles an hour as we head into the afternoon. Now on the future tracker today, could still see 1 or 2 sea breeze showers setting up, but pretty much that rinse and repeat of what we've seen all week, just chasing the 90s for our daytime highs, and then the redevelopment of some of that cloud cover as we head into the overnight time frame. Maybe a little bit more drizzle tomorrow morning as those rain chances very slightly start to ramp up. Might see a few more sea breeze showers tomorrow, but I think the majority of us still going to be staying dry until we finally start to head into the weekend. That's where we start to see this tropical development. This is where it's only going to be this 10% chance where you see it into the southwestern Gulf of Mexico. Nonetheless, it is a surge of moisture. As this works into Mexico, that's going to send some more moisture into South Texas, ramping up our rain chances, and looks like we could pick up a decent drink of rainfall as a result. Here's how it's looking right now. If you're making those weekend plans, keep in mind might start seeing some scattered activity, especially as we're heading into that Sunday time frame before it really starts to ramp up as we're heading in towards Monday and Tuesday of next week for us. Here's how it's playing out on the 7-day forecast. Still 90 degrees today and tomorrow, 89 by Saturday as we start to see a few more showers show up on the radar. That rain gets a little bit more widespread to kick off next week, Monday and Tuesday, with a slight dip in temperatures, 86 degrees to kick off the week.
Thank you so much, Stephen. So the housing market showing some signs of life, but not in the way that you'd expect.
Sales and inventory are both showing promise, and coming up, there's one unexpected advantage for buyers who know how to use it.
Now, say hello to your neighbors. This is your Chris 6 News Sunrise Shoutouts.
Good morning. I am Robert Dodd, the Director of Parks and Recreation for the City of Corpus Christi.
Hi, I'm Yolanda Guillory from Reliant. Hi, Lisa Oliver with the City of Corpus Christi.
We just want to give a shout out and a good morning to everybody in Corpus Christi and the surrounding areas. God bless you and have a great day.
And that was Robert, Lisa, and Yolanda. Thank you guys so much for that shout out video. We hope you guys have a wonderful day as well. And folks, if you want to send us your own shout out video too, all you have to do is scan the QR code on your screen or head to our website, christv.com. The housing affordability crisis has been a growing problem for the last 2 decades.
Yeah, it is. And as Scripps News Group's Adele Walters shows us, conditions for affording a home slightly improving, and explains exactly what home buyers and prospective buyers, I should say, should know now.
The housing market is showing some signs of life. New numbers from the National Association of Realtors showing existing home sales are holding steady. Pending sales also moving higher, a sign more buyers could be jumping back in. Despite modest gains, it's still a tough market. Mortgage rates are still a hurdle for lots of buyers. Prices are high. That leaves a lot of families asking the same question: keep renting or try to buy?
I'm a single mom of 3, so for me, it takes a huge burden off my day-to-day.
For Charlotte Horton, renting means fewer surprises, no appliances to replace, no HVAC repairs, no plumbing bills. With inventory tight, more and more buyers are staying in rentals longer, even as prices continue to climb.
There's just not enough inventory. So supply and demand says that when there's not enough inventory, prices go up.
That's why home buyers who are ready need every advantage possible. So start with the basics and make sure you get it right. Strengthen your credit. Shop around for lenders. Compare loans before you commit. And don't forget to ask about rate buy-down. Sometimes the seller will pay upfront points to lower your interest rate for the first year or two.
If you're able to buy, you know that you can refinance it every 6 months if you wanted to. Now, obviously, I don't advise it, but that is an option that you have. And at any point, rates drop to 2%, you've got that advantage.
So while the market is moving in the right direction, the path to home ownership still takes planning. For buyers, strategy can matter as much as timing. Del Walters, Scripps News Group.
Hey everyone, I'm Larissa Liska. In Corpus Christi, the opportunity to play girls flag football is unique. Just ask Unique Lee.
Oh yeah, Unique?
A London student that is tackling the rare game plan to compete at the college level in sports.
Go Ryan.
This is your 6 Sports Report.
Hey everyone, I'm Larissa Liska. The talk across Texas at the UIL Legislative Council was whether to add girls flag football as a sanctioned sport. Despite having NFL support, the best case scenario is that the sport will be added to the 2027-28 season. London soon-to-be senior Unique Lee is tackling the unique opportunity to be on her own field.
Flag football is definitely different. Like, the girls are built different. They want it. Way more than any other camps I've been to for any other sport.
This past weekend, Lee went up north on a business trip to the Cowboys Showcase, and she came back to Corpus Christi with a college offer to Texas Wesleyan.
Seeing younger girls that I play with who are 8th grade, freshmen, wanting to do the same thing as me and being as hungry as I am, it's cool to see, and it's fun to be a part of.
Over 25 athletes received college offers at the event to compete in the rapid growing sport.
Her Instagram has blown up. She received another offer within 24 hours after that, and she has several college visits with other schools set up.
Opportunities in Corpus Christi for the older girls, like the Sensations, are limited.
Hey, watch the run, watch the run.
That's why oftentimes they play against the boys.
I think we hear a lot of the guys kind of like saying, oh, they're just girls, oh, it's going to be easy, and then we kind of go out and shock them a little bit, just like showing that we can do the same thing as them because we work just as hard as them.
Oh, you're good. You're good.
Even Westoso's senior running back Hayden DeFore, who is one of Lee's flag football coaches,
oh yeah, Unique,
respects her talent.
She's amazing. She's skilled everywhere. She has the speed, the quickness, the jukes. She has it all.
Overcoming adversity has only led to more opportunities. Lee was recently one of 48 girls in the nation selected to the USA Football 18U Girls National Team Development Program in Los Angeles.
I was kind of shy at first. I wasn't sure if this is what I really wanted to do, if I was even good at it, but now I realize that it's definitely something that I can see in my future.
Flag football will be seen on the international stage when the sport makes its Olympic debut for summer 2028 in Los Angeles. I'm Larissa Liska, Chris 6 Sports.
All right, Spurs fans, you might want to look away and maybe cover your ears a little bit.
And that's because the Spurs made history last night, and it was for all the wrong reasons. Going into halftime, the Spurs were up major as the Knicks trailed by 29 points. But the difference between a 29-point lead and a 30-point lead proved to matter as the Spurs still managed to lose the game by a single point, making it a 3-1 series with Game 5 taking place Saturday night.
Texas Tech leaders are defending their decision to play quarterback Brendan Sorsby this season. Head coach Joey McGuire says Sorsby's gambling addiction is not a violent crime like murder. Sorsby recently won a court order pausing his NCAA gambling suspension. Court records show that Sorsby made at least $90,000 in sports bets. McGuire says that Sorsby is getting treatment for his addiction. He says the school will not turn its back on him. The NCAA plans to appeal the ruling.
The 2026 World Cup officially kicks off today. The first game features host nation Mexico taking on South Africa. That game is at 3 Eastern from Mexico City. Then at 10 Eastern, South Korea takes on Czechia in Guadalajara. The U.S. opens up on Friday against Paraguay at SoFi Stadium in Los Angeles. Spain, France, and England are the top 3 favored countries to win it all, according to odds makers.
I'm Jacob Daniels, and I'm going to introduce you to a summer camp that's trying to get kids outside and on a horse.
Right now on Chris 6 Sunrise, a man is facing charges after a fight turned deadly. What we're learning about the incident on Bloomington.
Plus, students taking the STAR test getting higher scores now. What a new report is suggesting is causing this progress.
Good morning, everyone. Thank you so much for waking up with the Hoffmans. I'm Michelle Hoffman.
And I'm Brian Hoffman. We got to turn things on over to our good friend, meteorologist Stephen Jones, with a look at the weather for this Thursday morning. How you doing, sir?
Well, good Thursday morning to y'all as well. You know, doing pretty well as we're starting off the day. Still not needing the jacket, it looks like, as we're waking up out there. It's warm, it's humid, and a decent amount of cloud cover. Could see 1 or 2 of those stray showers as we head into the afternoon. Still remaining pretty unlikely as we head through the rest of the day. But with that blanket of cloud cover overhead, waking up to 79 degrees here in Corpus Christi, 80 on the money as you work your way into Alice and Beeville so far with that warm spot. Port Aransas and Rockport coming in at 83 degrees. Luckily, with the winds a little higher this morning, meaning the visibility is also coming in a little higher as you're waking up out there. As we go through the rest of our Thursday, we're going to see more of that sunshine return to the skies, chasing 90 degrees for our daytime high here in Corpus Christi. Winds out of the southeast 15 miles an hour or so, and then gusting upwards of 20 miles an hour. Now, as we're heading towards those daytime highs, even more likely to push those low to mid 90s as you work your way inland. Of course, still holding on to those 80s closer to the coast, but across the board when you account for that humidity, all of us are going to be feeling like the mid to upper 90s this afternoon. So like we talked about, not too much in terms of rain today or tomorrow. Maybe a few more isolated showers as we head in towards tomorrow, but nonetheless, it's looking better in terms of those chances as we head into the weekend, and especially as we're kicking off next week. But let's first get you ready for your Thursday morning as you're getting ready to hit the roadways. So far, so good out there. We haven't been tracking any of those major slowdowns, at least. If you're hitting the Harbor Bridge to and from Portland, looking at that good and green color flow, that's the same for our Robstown and Cal Allen commuters, 37 and 44, luckily, both coming in the clear this morning. So for our major thoroughfares here in Corpus Christi, Ocean Drive, Crosstown Expressway, Saratoga, and SPID all coming in the clear. Just some minor slowdowns showing up on Ennis Jocelyn at that light coming on to Ocean Drive, but really not too bad as we're waking up today. So a little detour inland. Good morning to neighbors in Sinton. Just some minor slowdowns on Pirate Boulevard and closer to downtown, but for the most part, a good and green Thursday morning across the board. We'll chat a little bit more about how much rain we might see coming up. That's in our full 7-day forecast.
Sounds good, Stephen. Thank you so much. So we're nearly 2 weeks into hurricane season, and a sandbag distribution event will take place Saturday morning. The Public Works Department is giving away free pre-filled sandbags this weekend. Pickup starts at 8 over at the Cabanis Athletic Complex. Each vehicle can get up to 8 bags, but you must stay in your car and have a clear trunk or truck bed for loading. Another giveaway is set for June 27th.
Well, Texas high school students showing improvement on their state exams. Good news there, right? Well, new test results show gains in every subject from algebra to United States history. Biology scores rebounded to pre-pandemic levels. Math scores also improved, but still behind pre-pandemic levels. This is credited to the recent ban on cell phones in the classroom. Starting in 2027 school years, students will no longer take the English 2 exam.
I'm your neighborhood news reporter, Jacob Daniels, and it's summer, which means kids are more likely to spend time inside and on their phones than outdoors. I'll introduce you to a summer camp that's trying to change that with some horsing around time.
The average American kid spends 7.5 hours a day looking at a screen. But one summer camp in Flower Bluff is encouraging kids to trade their devices for the great outdoors. Horse House Corpus Christi is an electronics-free camp, and campers spend their days riding horses and learning how to raise chickens. And they also get to have hands-on time with llamas, goats, pigs, and even a Patagonian Mara. One camper says getting out of the house and into the saddle is worth every minute.
It's really fun. You get to learn about horses and you learn very new things. It's educational. You get to just stay away from your phone or device or TV and get to play outside all day.
The camp is open to multiple age groups and kids can attend sessions until the end of July.
So a huge power outage happening right now in Cuba.
The dangers residents are facing after more than half of the country is without power. Right now on Chris 6 Sunrise, firefighter shortages are stretching departments across the country, but one local program is taking action now. Coming up, the hands-on effort helping build the next generation of heroes.
Plus, I'll give you a first-hand look at some of the training these future heroes received over at the facility that brings in trainees from across the globe.
And a viral food critic right here in Corpus Christi. What White Guys Tries is saying about the local eateries you enjoy.
Now, 20 minutes of nonstop news, sponsored by Ewald Kubota.
A man is facing charges this morning after a deadly fight on Corpus Christi's west side.
That's right. Police say 41-year-old Manuel Anthony Rodriguez is charged after his story about this fight kept on changing. Investigators say that a man with head injuries was found unresponsive. They took him to a hospital where he later passed away. Police also say Rodriguez told other people he killed the man.
I'm Melissa Trevino in Freer, where a local beekeeper says bee attacks tend to spike this time of year. Shane Smith has been removing bees and keeping hives for decades. After a fatal bee attack recently, you need to be aware of some important safety tips that could help save your life if you're attacked.
Bees play an important role in nature, but they can also be dangerous. Shane Smith has been a beekeeper and in the bee removal business for decades. He says this time of year, especially during hot, dry conditions, aggressive bee activity can increase.
What should people do if they get attacked?
Best thing to do is get to a vehicle. Turn your air conditioning on absolute high, cold as you can get it, and crack your windows.
But there's one thing he says people should avoid. Don't jump into water because the bees may wait for you to come back up. Smith also recommends keeping an allergy medication in your vehicle.
Good to know. A historic naval tradition returns to the USS Lexington Museum Friday night. The museum will host its 6th annual Steel Beach Luau. The event honors sailors who would take a break from their duties to enjoy a picnic on the deck of their ship. There will be live music, tropical food, and exclusive evening access to the flight deck.
This is the best way to kick off the summer with your family and your friends. You come to this historic location, USS Lexington Museum.
And you know, the event starts at 7. Tickets are still available, but organizers say it sells out every year.
Well, good Thursday morning there, Coastal Bend. Taking a look at our weather headlines, you can see we're expecting that partly cloudy skies to return as we're heading into the afternoon. Also for tomorrow afternoon, but then we're going to start seeing some changes on the boards. We have plenty of humidity in the atmosphere right now. Dew points are up into the upper 70s. You're going to feel it as you're stepping outside. Luckily, with all that available moisture, we're going to see those rain chances start to ramp up a little bit as we're heading into the weekend, but especially as we're heading into next week. For our Thursday morning, here's a gorgeous view of the sunrise from our Sunset Island cam, courtesy of Matthew CCAC. Got some early boaters out there. 82 degrees here on the water and not looking too jacket worthy across most of the Coastal Bend. 79 here in town. 83 degrees as you work your way over towards Port Aransas and Rockport so far. 77 there in Beeville with San Diego rounding us out at about 79 degrees. Now on our Lion of Utah Animal Services dog walking forecast. Today we've got Buddy Marsh as our star of the day right here from Nueces County, and says his favorite place to take a walk is along the beach. As we're heading out there, not looking like too bad of a morning. 86 degrees by 10 a.m. up to 88 as we're heading in towards that noon hour. Winds are out of the southeast about 10 miles an hour this morning. They're picking up a little bit into the afternoon, closer to that 15 mile an hour mark for us, but either way, definitely noticing the mugginess all across the board as we're heading out there. Now on the future tracker, we're still a little bit in that rinse and repeat forecast that we've been in this week with plenty of sunshine, maybe 1 or 2 sea breeze showers trying to set up as we head through the afternoon, but most of us definitely just dealing with that heat and humidity and sunshine as we head through our Thursday. Of course, with the moisture, we'll see the overnight cloud cover return, maybe a little bit of drizzle tomorrow morning or that patchy fog, but either way, looks like we see a few more sea breeze showers tomorrow. I still think the majority of us dealing with that heat and humidity, but keep in mind you might see a few more of those sprinkles out there. And then as we're heading in towards the weekend, that's where we're expecting the best chance to start to return to the Coastal Bend. That's going to be thanks to this plume of moisture working into the southwestern Gulf of Mexico. National Hurricane Center giving it about a 10% chance of development, but as it works into Mexico, either way, looking like more of a friend than foe as it brings those rain chances back into the area and another decent drink of rainfall. Here's what we're expecting right now as we head into the weekend. That scattered activity to start returning to the board, getting a little bit more widespread as we head in towards the start of next week for us. And in terms of the rainfall estimates, looking like a potential of 1 to 3 inches, especially as you work your way from Corpus Christi to the north there towards Houston, the northeast at least. Also a decent drink of rainfall into the watershed, but of course still with about 4 or 5 days to go, rainfall totals are definitely subject to change out there. In terms of our 7-day forecast, here's what it's looking like. 90 degrees today and tomorrow with plenty of sunshine. The showers start to return if you're already making those weekend plans as we're heading into the weekend, but get more widespread into Monday and Tuesday. Luckily, it gives us a slight dip in temperatures, 86 on Monday, with those overnight lows dipping down to the mid-70s.
About 68% of Cuba without power right now.
This marks one of the worst days since the United States imposed an energy blockade on the island. The constant outages can last more than 20 hours a day. Those who can still work were forced to work as the heat rises on the island.
Republicans from across the state are in Houston this morning. Texas GOP convention begins today over the George R. Brown Convention Center. And Governor Greg Abbott will be in attendance over the convention, as well as Texas Republican Senate candidate Ken Paxton. The convention ends on Saturday.
President Trump signed the GOP-led Secure America Act to fund ICE and Border Patrol through 2029. The bill tops off a months-long fight over funding for immigration operations. It provides $38 billion for ICE and $26 billion for Border Patrol. The president adds the U.S. would be carrying out more strikes against Iran. This comes after a helicopter collision with an Iranian drone. And the U.S. military is striking targets in Iran for a second straight day. The attacks are a response to the downing of a U.S. Army helicopter Tuesday. 2 crew members had to be rescued from the water off the coast of Oman. Defense Secretary Pete Hegseth says the strikes will continue. In response, Iran is now closing the Strait of Hormuz to all ships. The Iranian military is threatening to target any vessels trying to pass through.
Microsoft co-founder Bill Gates testifying in front of the House Oversight Committee on his relationship with Jeffrey Epstein. The hearing took place behind closed doors. Gates also acknowledges he was aware of Epstein's criminal activity when he tried to get the financier to support his foundation back in 2011. Gates has not been accused of any wrongdoing connected to Epstein.
More teens and young adults are looking to AI for mental health guidance. A new study finds nearly 1 in 5 have used a chatbot for advice as well. Among those who sought advice from AI chatbots, nearly 43% did so at least monthly, and about 92% believed the advice was somewhat or very helpful. But experts say newer AI chatbots are more unpredictable and more engaging than past models.
It feels like they're being supported. It feels like they're being understood because these models are very good at mimicking human empathy. But in reality, they're just pattern recognition robots.
Psychologists say AI can be harmful. Parents and caregivers are encouraged to talk about mental health in the open.
So a new study finds that nearly 1 in 3 Americans struggle to understand how to properly take prescription medications. Researchers found many participants had difficulty recalling information from a doctor's visit and correctly interpreting prescription labels. This leads to mistakes, including taking the wrong dose, mixing drugs improperly, or increasing the risk of side effects. So Buc-ee's broke ground Wednesday on its first location in, not here, North Carolina. The Texas-based travel center is going into Almac County. That's over the I-40, I-85 interchange. It's expected to open in 2027, providing 200 full-time jobs starting at $18 an hour with full benefits. Visitors there will be able to choose from 650 different parking spaces and 120 gas pumps.
Firefighter recruitment and retention remains a growing challenge across the country. According to the National Fire Protection Association, volunteer firefighters make up roughly 65% of the nation's firefighting force. But that force has been shrinking, with the U.S. losing nearly 200,000 volunteer firefighters since 2008, even as emergency calls continue to rise.
You are keeping this person alive!
The national shortage is why programs here in Corpus Christi are working to spark interest early. At the National First Responder Training Complex, the First Responder Junior Camp is now in its 4th year and continues to grow, with nearly 100 teenagers taking part this summer. And you know, I spoke with some who traveled from as far as Alpine, Texas to get hands-on experience in what it takes to become a firefighter and first responder.
This is a difficult career choice, right? It comes with challenges. What makes you so resilient to say this is what I want to do in the future?
I love helping people, and it really is fulfilling to help people, and I really look up to firefighters, and that's something I want to do.
Yeah, those trainees, very motivated, truly amazing, especially considered some of the tasks that they had to perform. Let me show you a couple of those exercises firsthand.
Just one of the things that these kiddos get to do, climb up the fire truck ladders. This is only 60 feet right now, but this truck goes all the way up to 107. Let's see how I do. Now, if you thought this was high, this ladder goes almost twice the height.
That was pretty scary. I was the first one up, and like the ladder would like bounce underneath me. So like that was definitely kind of scary at first, but then like once we got like in the hang of it, it became kind of easy.
And we'll see how well we do with some of the other activities.
Go back in, go back in. They were doing searches, so they were doing right-hand searches. So whenever you go into a building, you're either gonna do a right-hand search or a left-hand search, and this is the basics. Go in, you get as low as possible to get away from the heat, and then away from the smoke, and then you slowly start searching around. And what they're doing is they're actually searching for victims. So there's a technique of going in, making sure you hug the wall, and then you're searching around, going underneath every piece of furniture, going in every single closet, because kids get scared and they generally end up underneath the bed or in a closet somewhere.
I'm enjoying it. I mean, it's really fun. We're learning a lot. We're learning some new things. It was nice to have a refresher on the CPR, and we got to rappel off the huge tower. So we've been doing a lot of fun things.
These kids, as well as adults going for extra training, will also learn the basics of vehicle extrication and the jaws of life. And no, this is not a space suit, and you don't need to take me to your leader. This is a hazmat suit, part of the training with hot, warm, and cold zones when it comes to decontaminating.
They were kind of demonstrating what we would do if we didn't know what kind of contaminant is out there. So they'll get in that full alpha level, and then they'll go in, test that contaminant, and then we'll know what we can use to make sure that we're not exposing ourselves to that hazardous material.
I gotta say, they were already heroes in my mind, but newfound respect after going through some of those trials. And it's not just youth. Adults from all over the world come to train at this facility right here in Corpus Christi, which also has on-site dormitories.
A decision from El Paso City leaders to move forward with a Meta data center is sparking outrage from residents there. Leaders voted to keep their agreement with the tech company. Critics worry the facility will hurt the local water supply and air quality. But supporters say the project will bring thousands of construction jobs to the city. Meta plans to hire 300 full-time employees once the center opens.
So a Houston man has died after tracking down his son's stolen car. Police say that Luis Iberia, he chased the suspected carjacker, ending in a car crash and then a shooting. A passenger in the father's vehicle was also shot and taken to the hospital. Lennon Hogan was then taken into custody and is now denying stealing the truck.
Hey everybody, I'm Drew Bishop outside Julio's Easy Stop, and Corpus Christi has a brand new viral food critic. But his story might surprise you.
That's really good. Meet Alexander Schwab, or if you're one of his thousands of Instagram followers, you might know him as...
This is White Guy Tries. White Guy Tries. This is White Guy Tries. This is White Guy Tries.
He posted his first video on Instagram about 3 months ago. Since then, he's amassed thousands of followers, likes, and comments on his food reviews of local restaurants.
Local restaurants are something that people just don't go to enough, especially right now with the economy's pretty bad. What we need to do a lot more of is going out and eating local.
So I came with him to Julio's Easy Stop to see Corpus Christi's hottest new food critic at work.
If you get the sign, that would be awesome. This is White Guy Tries.
Alexander strictly reviews local spots based off recommendations from friends or fans.
What do you recommend off the menu?
He films everything on his phone with the help of his sister, Angeline.
Honestly, I just get kind of like excited when he gets like so many new followers and stuff. I feel proud. That's my brother.
And she isn't just behind the camera. She's also in the editing room, helping him add flair to their food reviews.
And I'll have her look over it and she's like, you know, this would be funny if you added it in. And I'm like, you're so right. That would be so funny if I threw that in there.
And together, they give their viewers a taste of the town with a splash of humor on the side.
It's a lot of her, honestly, with the sound effects and stuff.
Alexander says they have no plans to change anything about White Guy Tries. They want to keep spotlighting local restaurants, giving people a reason to laugh, and always end with their signature tagline.
Julio's is White Guy Tries, approved.
You can find White Guy Tries on Instagram at White Guy Tries and on TikTok at White Guy Tries. Reporting from the Bay Area, I'm Drew Bishop.
I'm White Guy Tries
for Chris 6 News.
Now, 6 things to know before you go.
A 41-year-old man is facing murder charges after a deadly fight on the West Side Sunday. Investigators say Manuel Anthony Rodriguez gave conflicting accounts of what happened and later told others that he killed a man.
A new study shows that scores for the STAR test are higher. Officials credit the boost to the recent cell phone ban in classrooms. Starting in 2027, students will no longer take the English 2 exam.
Saturday morning, you can pick up pre-filled sandbags. This will be at the Cabaniss Athletic Complex starting at 8. You must stay in your car with a clear trunk to get up to 8 bags.
Ingleside city leaders now considering reverse osmosis as an additional water source. City Council approved the city manager to begin negotiations with Seven Seas Water Group for the project.
The USS Lexington will host its 6th annual Steel Beach Luau tomorrow. It honors sailors who would take a break from their duties to enjoy a picnic on the deck of their ship. Tickets for the event are still available, but it could sell out.
And Texas Tech leaders now defending their decision to play quarterback Brendan Sorsby this season. Court records show that Sorsby made at least $90,000 in sports bets. The NCAA plans to appeal the ruling. It is time for one last check-in on the weather because it is, as we call Friday Junior. It's Thursday.
Yeah.
How you doing, Stephen?
Well, good Thursday morning, you guys. You know, it's still Baby Friday as we're heading out there. It's not too bad, but we're still in the rinse and repeat forecast just a little bit. That heat and humidity as we're waking up for the day. Luckily, not too much rain as we're heading out this morning, meaning the roadway's nice and dry and flowing nice and smoothly so far. Here's a view from our SPID Sky Cam. You can see a few more cars on the roadway than we have the past couple of hours, but luckily still flowing nice and smooth out there. That's true if you're hitting the Harbor Bridge also to and from Portland. Looking at that good and green color flow so far. For our Robstown and Cal Allen commuters, if you're hitting 37 or 44, no issues to report so far. So let's go ahead and move into Corpus Christi. Ocean Drive, SPID, and Saratoga all looking pretty good this morning. Some minor slowdowns as you get closer to downtown there on Morgan Avenue and 44, but overall looking at that good and green Thursday morning. But we've got rain on the way, so let's get a look at that forecast as we're heading through the rest of the week and into the weekend. For our Thursday morning, just waking up to about 79 degrees here in Corpus Christi with a gorgeous sunrise on our hands. A good amount of cloud cover right now, but that is expected to clear out as we head through the rest of the day. Temperature-wise, waking up to the 70s and 80s. 80 on the money in Beeville right now, 79 degrees out there towards Alice and Kingsville with winds out of the southeast, about 5 to 10 miles an hour. Those are expected to pick up towards 15 miles an hour as we're heading in towards the afternoon. In terms of our daytime highs, chasing about 90 degrees here in Corpus Christi and even more likely to hit those lower 90s as you work your way inland. But like we talked about, rain chances are on the rise. As we go into the weekend, we're expecting those scattered showers to return with more widespread activity as we head in towards the start of next week. Here's how it's looking on that 7-day forecast with the rain showers returning this weekend, just a few, but more widespread by Monday with a dip in temperatures 86 degrees with overnight lows going down to the mid-70s by next week.
Well, on this day in history, back in 1982, Steven Spielberg's E.T. the Extraterrestrial was released in theaters. The movie introduced fans to the iconic character while he was stranded on Earth. The film grossed more than $350 million and received 9 Academy Award nominations, winning 4. You know, interesting little factoid, by the way, folks. E.T. the video game was actually hailed as the worst video game of all time, and the producers of it actually had to bury thousands of copies in the desert because they didn't sell.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, insane. Great movie, terrible video game.
You know, when I was a kid, I actually found E.T. to be a little frightening.
He was a little weird.
Elliot. He is an alien, so you know, it's just abnormal, I guess, but still a good movie.
Yeah, made me love Reese's Pieces.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Well, hey, folks, thank you so much for joining us. We'll be back later with more news from your neighborhood, but until then, we're the Sunrise Crew, and you are amazing.